And alleged triple murderer Erin Patterson has been accused of being two-faced during her fifth day of cross-examination. Prosecutors also suggested Patterson intended to kill her estranged husband when she invited him to the fateful lunch. When questioned why she didn't alert authorities that she may have accidentally added foraged mushrooms to the meal that killed her guests, Patterson claimed she believed they were already receiving treatment for death cap mushroom poisoning.
You agree that you told police in your record of interview that you loved Don and Gail?
Correct.
Surely if you had loved them, you would have immediately notified the medical authorities that there was a possibility that the foraged mushrooms had ended up in the meal.
Well, I didn't. I had been told that people were getting treatment for possible death cap mushroom poisoning.
Erin Patterson has pleaded not guilty to all charges. For the latest on the case, crime and justice reporter for The Age, Erin Patterson, was in court today. She joins us once again. Erin, how did the accused react when the prosecution put this to her?
Yeah, the heat was certainly turned up in the courtroom today during Nanette Rogers' questioning of the accused, and there was a lot of questions about what she knew and when in regards to what mushrooms may have been in that meal. Erin Patterson was incredibly composed today, and she was really answering every single question she said that she could. There was a few that she said she couldn't remember, but that was a moment she did. She said it was on August 1, 2023 that she had a conversation with her estranged husband in hospital where he essentially accused her or asked her if she had used a dehydrator to poison his parents. And she said it was from that moment that she started questioning whether or not there could have been any other mushrooms put in the meal. But when she was asked questions about this today, she said she didn't tell anybody when that sort of possibility came into her mind. Now, we know she said that there was mushrooms from Woolies and there was also some dried mushrooms in that meal. But she said it was shortly after that conversation with her estranged husband that she thought maybe there was other mushrooms, foraged mushrooms perhaps, that had gone into that meal. But as you said earlier, there wasn't any reason, she said, to tell anybody. She kept it to herself and in her evidence said she never told anybody.
Patterson was pressed on why Ian and Heather were invited. What's the prosecution suggesting?
Yeah, so there was a number of guests, as we know, that attended the meal, and Erin Patterson was asked questions about both Don, Gail, Ian and Heather and why they all were invited and whether or not 2 or 4 of them were invited to get Simon to attend, and whether or not Ian and Heather were invited first to try and get Don and Gail, and then if they then came, did Erin Patterson believe that Simon would also attend? The accusation was then that the prosecution alleged the plan was to poison all of the beef Wellingtons. Erin Patterson denied this. She said, in fact, that she had known Ian as her pastor for a number of years and Heather had visited her house to look at her garden in the past, and she really wanted to just show them thanks for the support that they'd given her over the years.
And as we heard, allegations from the prosecution that Erin Patterson is two-faced in some way. What are they talking about there?
Yeah, so there was a number of different conversations, both on Signal messaging and also on Facebook, that were relayed to the jury again today. And in some of those, Erin Patterson was said to have been sort of swearing and expressing frustration about her in-laws and saying that, you know, she didn't need them and it's probably better that they weren't getting involved. But then when she was on the stand, she was explaining how much she cared about them and how they were her only family, and they were comments that she also made to police. So the Crown Prosecutor put to her, are you two-faced? Do you have this public face that shows that you care about the family members, and then this private face where you were sharing your true feelings about them online? Erin Patterson said that wasn't the case and she wasn't two-faced.
There was also evidence presented about Erin Patterson's alleged research into death cap mushrooms. What did you learn today?
She was asked more about these iNaturalist posts that we've heard about during the trial and whether or not she accessed that website in May 2020, and whether or not only did she access that website but navigate through to death cap mushroom sightings in Victoria, Melbourne and also then at a particular reserve in Moorabbin. She said it's possible she could have, but she didn't have a memory of doing that. Even when she was shown the website, she said she didn't have a memory of doing that. But she did say that it was a possibility, and there was a period in time where she was, she believed, researching death cap mushrooms, but told the jury today that that was 3 years ago and she didn't have a memory of it.
Erin Patterson, thanks again for your time.
Thank you.